Evening, everybody. Rod with you again. Hope everybody's having a good evening, good day. We had a decent day here. It was partly sunny outside, but it was cold. The wind was chilly. Typical for January. I guess we can't complain with the winter we've had so far. There's no snow on the ground here to speak of. Other places have snow, but we don't. So no shoveling, so I'm not going to complain in that respect. I put a post on my community thing on my channel a while back that I was waiting. I'm going to have a new video of a new addition to my collection, and to stay tuned. So I guess today, is the reveal. So what I did is I went online to a company we have here in Canada called Intersurplus. They're out of Quebec. Nice folks to deal with. I have no issues with their service at all. 5 stars all the way. What they do is they import firearms into Canada from other countries, particularly over Scandinavian countries, European, various countries over there, various makes and types of guns, like from side-by-sides, over and unders, bolt actions, pump actions, semi-autos, you name it. Everything from a 410 right up to metric caliber hunting rifles like 9.3 by 62 or 9.3 by 57s and 8 by 57Rs and whatnot, and combination guns. They've got a little bit of everything for everybody. So one particular section I always look in is the side-by-sides. Since I've been a little kid, I've always had an affliction with side-by-side shotguns. It's just something classic about it. I like them. I prefer them. I own several, as everybody knows. So I seen this one, but there was also others. I couldn't take them all. I could only afford the one, so I had to make a choice. So I chose this one. And what it is this one here. This is my model 610 Husqvarna side-by-side 12 gauge. And I'm going to open it. And I'm going to show you that the barrels are clear or safe. This is a straight grip stock, like an English style. Still has the original butt pad on it right there. You can see it with the Husqvarna crown. And it's got really clean barrels. When I got the gun, the description stated that it was in good plus condition, handling marks. It had a minor crack behind the tang. And it had stained bores, but it was otherwise a functioning, good working gun with no issues, and some minor bluing wear. So the price point was $315 plus your taxes and plus your shipping. Well, the shipping charges are $35 flat rate for one gun, 10 guns, or 100 guns, according to the company owner that told me this. So you just take your $35, you add it to the price that's on the website, and then you multiply your tax out, and that's your total. So this gun came to $402 shipped to my door, which I think I got my money's worth and more. So I'm going to show you, like, there's no rattle in this thing. It's like, this is like a brand new gun. There's like no play, nothing. It's just solid, real stiff. Has some nice checkering there. You can see it right there. Right there. I'll get a better look of it in a minute. I'll grab the phone, spin it around, but just kind of giving you an idea what we got here. These receivers were originally case colored. This one's worn down a bit. And you can see right here where there's some case color still remaining. And the rest has gone to like a coin finish from wear. Because where guys usually grab their double barrels and they're carrying them right here. You know, walking around, carrying them like that. It's got the forend. I'll just show it to you right quick here. It's got like the leaf, flat leaf style, like some of the Cooey shotguns we have here. I don't know if you can see it there, but there's case color left on the inside of the forend iron there. Barrel channels are cut out nice. There's no play in this forend at all. If you watch my video on the Churchill 512 and what you paid for that shotgun, and you see the wiggle and the shake, it makes you wonder. This is the era where they actually put work into the guns. And there's some nice, you see it there. The lighting sucks here. I'm going to turn this phone around in a minute, but it's got some really beautiful grain into it, and the wood finish is great. And I thought when I got this gun for $300, I was going to have a restoration project. that couldn't be further from the truth. There's like nothing to do with the gun at all except just clean it up a little bit of gun oil, and we're going to snap the fore end back on nice and tight. And again, you open her up. I mean, this thing is, it's like a brand new gun. So I'm going to spin the phone around. And we're going to have a look at it up close and personal. So you just bear with me. Okay. So what do we have here? Walnut stock, checkered pistol grip, or not pistol grip, checkered grip, straight stock. A nice original walnut, original oil finish on there, like a satin finish. Really nice overall. Checkering is still impressive for its age. These guns were built in the 1940s and 50s. I didn't check the serial number range in this one yet, but it said there was bluing wear, and you can notice on the barrels here now, I got rid of the bluing wear that was there by using this stuff here. I used some of this, and I touched up both sides, and it blended in perfectly, I think. You can't even tell now. So, what else can I say about it? It's got really clean barrels. There we go, now we're focused. Svensk Special Stahl, so it's some kind of a special steel. And we have a look at that blue there. They did a pretty decent job on it. Husqvarna Vapen Fabrics AB. That's on my other Model 20. That's right there. I'm gonna flip her over. Here's the nice wood I was talking about on the fore end. Checkering is still just like new. Kind of I don't know if you call it a splinter or a semi-beaver tail fore end, but it's got some thickness to it there. And it's fairly wide, but it doesn't go outside like a normal beaver tail. I guess you could call it like a semi-beaver tail fore end, maybe. We'll slide it down, and the rest of the bluing here looks pretty decent. Let's see if we can focus her in, keep focusing. And there's your little sling stud right here, a sling loop. So, all in all, for $315 plus the shipping and plus the taxes, it came to $402. I think I did really well. Here's a view underneath the receiver. You can see where the color case hardening is starting to, well, you can still see where there's some remaining. And some there. And if I removed the barrels, you would see underneath the barrel flats, or the water table, sorry, that there is quite a bit of case colors left there. And on the inside, the fore end iron, which I tried to show you a minute ago. If you bear with me one moment, I can disassemble the gun, and we will have a look at it in that respect. I'll flip you back around for a minute. Okay, so if you want to bear with me just for a second, I'll pull the fore end off here. Here's the fore end. And we're going to undo our barrels. So remember, when you're taking one of these double barrels apart and you actually have it like cocked and it's ready to fire, whatever you do, do not fire the gun with the barrels off, because you're going to have a dickens of a time trying to reset these cocking levers. A lot of tension on those springs. So now we have our barrel set here. I'm going to show you. There's the bores. No pitting. Nice and clean. You can actually see where the chokes are machined into them. One is modified, one is full. Give you another view here. There's the chamber end. Nice and clean. I did say there was staining, but what it was, there was like a cosmoline grease that was the gun head on it in some spots, and there was actually some in the barrel. And once it wiped out, the barrels were just like brand new. So double locking underlugs right there. There's the main locking surface here, and your transfer bar will go into here, and that's what locks the gun down good and tight. There is no doll's head extension on this gun. It butts up square against the receiver face on the fences of the receiver. So, give you a little view here. There's your cocking levers right here. As you notice now, there's no tension on them. Like I said, whatever you do, don't pull the two triggers when these are off, because it'll set the firing pins out. When you go to put the gun back together, it won't close. You have to manually cock these in, and it is not easy. I can tell you from experience, it's not. Most times you got to take the gun apart and compress the springs yourself to get the cocking lever to come back. So, it said there was a crack on this thing behind the tang in the description, and I looked on their pictures and I couldn't really see it. And he indicated to me there that it was a very a small crack. Is how he worded it, but he didn't tell me it was this small. This is minuscule. This doesn't even interfere with anything. It's just a dryness behind the tang, a little dry crack. So I'm going to put this on my lap here, and I'm going to flip the phone back around, and I'm going to here we are. And if you look right here by my finger, that's what he was talking about. So the fit and finish is fairly good. This is good here. Don't see any issues. Nice and fit here. It did say there was handling marks. I guess you could call this a handling mark. Little chip right there. And believe me, it looks a lot worse on the camera than what it does in person. There's like nothing really bad there at all. So here's our receiver, our timed screws, as you see here. If you notice, all the screw slots line up with each other to indicate that they're tightened down correctly or in place. Here is our color case hardening still remaining on the water table. And Husqvarna model 610. There's our serial number. And there's the letter D, which I don't know what it means. There's our receiver face. There's our locking bar right here. If I move this, you'll see that transfer bar, locking bar, slides back and forth. That's what holds the barrels down in place. There's our cocking levers. Again, can't stress enough, don't dry fire this thing with the barrels off. Not a good idea. Not at all. So, I'm going to flip you back around. And I'm going to assemble this gun back together and talk about it a bit more. And my recommendations if anybody's looking. So, we're going to tighten her back up here and close her back up. Now, you listen to this. There's like nothing. Nothing at all. There is zero play. So, going to take the fore end and we're going to snap it in place. And you can tell like the metal workmanship is great in these things. Look at how nice that the fore end iron fits the receiver. It's like virtually no gap. And you open her up. There's nothing. I mean, there's no play at all. So, my overall impressions of the gun. The gun was actually better than I expected. For this price point, $315 plus taxes and shipping, you're not getting a better shotgun. I would say that this would suit anybody's need for upland bird hunting. You could tackle a deer with a slug. You could use buckshot. And if you do want to hunt waterfowl with it, of course, you can get the chokes open to the proper constrictions. A gunsmith can do that for you. I know a gunsmith that'll do them for $80 per barrel to grind out the original chokes to more open constrictions, like improved and modified, or skeet and improved, or some people go cylinder and improved. You know, they want a really open pattern because steel shot performs well in more open patterns. For now, I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's a thought for the future. Another thing I thought about maybe doing was having the colors redone on the receiver. My friend does them. He's the one that did my Model 20 I showed you in my other video. That's another thought that came to mind. But I thought when I was going to get this, I was getting sort of a restoration project. All I did was do a little bit of bluing right here. The rest of the barrel was A1. It was just right here, just on these two sides. And the Birchwood Casey Super Blue turned it back to basically brand new. I don't want to touch the rest of the gun. I was speaking to a friend, and it's like he said, I just leave it the way it is. He says, fine. He says, actually, you got a super deal. He said, I'd be very happy with that if I received that. And I said, no, I'm very happy with it as well. So in my recommendations, if you go on their website, you go there, what I do to choose is I'll first of all, I'll get a price point, and then I'll go through the ads, and I'll I'll screenshot them with my phone, and I got them in a little folder. And what I'll do to save grace is that instead of having to go back on the site and go in and out of pages, I have them on just slide the screen side to side and have all the ads there. And the pictures are pretty decent. If you need more pictures, I spoke to a lady that was at Intersurplus. She told me that if extra pictures are needed, somebody can send them to you by email. And if you need more detailed pictures, if something doesn't seem right to you, feel free to ask. So I didn't have to with this because I was perfectly happy with the pictures they provided. So I recommend the product. You're not going wrong with this. I am going to do a shooting video on it. Obviously not today. I don't have time, but we'll see what tomorrow brings if the weather cooperates and it's not too cold. As far as the transaction itself and the professionalism of Intersurplus, again, top shelf. Hats off to them. They answered all my questions. Any concerns I had about the guns, period. They weren't. They were, they went to the shelf, picked up the gun in hand, and visually inspected it. And if there was anything that the ad may have missed or not have stated, they went over it from end to end with me and told me what they seen. And I said, well, okay, I'll take this one. So it was mailed to me, very well packaged. You won't have any worries about your stuff getting damaged from Intersurplus. They're well known for double boxing and bubble wrapping and paper wrapping, and it's a very secure package when it arrives. As far as any returns or anything goes, they told me all you do is make a phone call, give us the order number, and just state why if you're not happy with it or whatever. There's no hassles. They'll either refund you or you do an exchange. Maybe you see something on here that wasn't in the picture you don't like. You can send it back, get something else, and whatnot, so on and so forth. So, good product and good customer service go hand in hand, and this is how we end up with beautiful shotguns like this at affordable prices in our Canadian hunters' hands. Now, I've seen some of these on the U.S. market as well. I'm not sure where you guys can get them down there, but you guys should check them out. Don't doubt these things. These are a very solid, well-built gun. These are very underrated. This is going to shoot with the best of them. The mechanicals inside and the quality materials that these guys use in these guns, right now to get this gun like this, you'd be paying $2,000 or more. I mean, look at that Churchill 512 I had showcased, and the quality of workmanship and materials, and that is nowheres, not even remotely close to what this is. I wouldn't even give it half of what this is. It was cool that it was choke tubed and good for 3-inch Magnum steel shot, but when you come down to the finer points of it and you see the quality of control and mechanicals and just the overall feel, this feels like a nice solid gun. That just felt like a toy. The fore end was loose, and the mechanicals inside were all goofed up, and single trigger and 2 barrels, and this is the way a double shotgun should be. One trigger for each barrel, and nice solid lock, no play, good classic gun, nice feel in the thing, points like a dream, and that English stock, that's the selling point for me. This is what I like. I like a straight grip stock. They do have some available with pistol grip if you prefer. There's other models. There's like the 350, the 1310, the 310, the 1610. If you go down there and look, they all have little minute differences. Like some have a different fore-end latch, a different stock, but technically it's like the same gun in a sense. Some of them have a little different shape receiver. Like I say, I chose this one because honestly, the price point and for what it appeared to be. There was no rust, no pitting. It had, good barrels. The lockup was tight. And it had, most importantly, the straight stock that I like. But I really didn't expect to get a gun this clean and this good for that price. I'm just saying. It's almost like a gift, And thank you to Intersurplus for being very honest with your descriptions. And actually, I think they could have got more money for this gun. It's worth more. It's absolutely worth more. So I will leave you at that. Anybody has any questions on it, feel free to message me. Comment down below. Like, subscribe as usual. And like I said, I might do a video comparison with the Model 20 and this at a later date. But for now, we'll just get this one up. And maybe see if I can get a shooting video together and just put a few rounds in here and show people, you know, what they're capable of, you know, and my 2 bits on it after that. So I hope you all have a good evening, and we will snap another one shut, and we will see you in the next one. See you later, everybody. Be safe out there.